What the frick? They're playing some. Yo, I should have gone, bro. Wow. How I left and came back. Wait, chat, should we play some Roblox? I know. Thanks. Yo, chat, should we play some Roblox though? That's the real question. We're finally back on live. This is gonna be like the thing how how I came back and fooled the entire internet, like more. Like, what should it be, chat? Should I change? I'm gonna change the name. How I left and came back. ¿Qué pasó, Anito? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, chat, this is tough. Oh yeah, check the title of this. What happened, Anito? I got you, bro. Alright, no. Who's that? Go. Go. Alright, you guys. What game should we play? Chat, what game should we play? We have all night. Alright, hold on. Let's play some. No, I forgot to install this. Yeah, that's about to be dope. Oh my, install this. In a couple weeks, I'll be done with all this. Should we play Minecraft? Mm, flip that. We're gonna play some Forza. In a couple weeks, I'll be done. Chat. Chat, what the frick? Chat, what the frick? Chat, what the frick? Chat, what You don't have to worry, 'cause in a bag, from outer space. That's all. My little brother over here, yo. Watch this drift. Que lo dejes, que lo dejes. Beber tu coco. ¿Y coco dónde está? You don't have to worry, 'cause in a bag. Ya eso. Watch this. Watch this. Watch me cook up, chat. Bam, 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 bam. Oh crap! Oh. What? Go. Alright, Ben. Vamos. Chat, what the flip? Oh, that's tough. Punk, 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 punk. Fight back, yo. Fight back. Yo, fight back, yo. Wanna go? Let's go. Flip this, yo. Yeah, flip this. I'm not playing this. Mande, mande, nada, nada. Está viendo su copo. Yo me estoy aquí en mi cuarto. Ah, se fue con mi tía. Sí. ¿Ah? No. Sí. Ah, sí. Ay, gracias. Bye. No, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there, and I'm reposing this stuff. Oh my days. Chat. Is this we LARP? Is this how we start the LARPitation mastery? Hmm. I think it's about time.
Amelia Earhart is dead now. Yeah.
Why she got two body parts in her surname though?
Amelia Earhart. I don't get it.
Wait,
Like
I
ear?
get it. I get it, Toby.
Toby, you're black. I can't see you, bro. No, his hammer. No, his hammer.
Nah,
His camera went out. Something weird. Amelia Earhart is dead now. Yeah.
Why she got two body parts in her surname though?
Amelia Earhart. I don't get it.
Wait,
Like
I
ear?
get it. I get it, Toby.
Toby, you're black. I can't see you, bro.
Wait, it's not gonna make sense. No, bro, look at this. You're bugging, chat. Hold up, cause why is 9 anime not working? Chad, do we think UFOs are real? Like, what the frick? Like, you gotta be some type of limbo to think that they're real, yo. It's like, what the frick? Like, honestly, who thinks?
claim they can summon you.
I'm not gonna even hold you. I think we just made the whole like most insane comeback of the little century chat. Because what are you talking about?
On the evening of January 20, 2019, 29-year-old Arjun Sood and his wife Jessica put their 7-month-old son Oliver to bed in his nursery at their home in Lake Barrington, Illinois. What they didn't know was that someone else was already in the room with them. It was getting late and Arjun had work in the morning. Like many busy parents, Arjun had set up a Nest baby monitor to check in on Oliver from his phone without getting out of bed. The Nest thermostat was set to 72 so the room would stay comfortable through the night. Arjun had spent roughly $4,000 outfitting the house with Nest products over the years. 17 cameras placed throughout the home and around the exterior, with 2 smart thermostats and a full security system. He was an avid user of the technology and clearly trusted it enough to build much of his home security around it. But shortly after putting Oliver down, Arjun was standing in the hallway outside the nursery when he heard something from inside the room. It sounded like a deep, male voice speaking directly to his son through the camera's speaker. He rushed into the room, but no one was there. He thought maybe it was just an interference with the baby monitor. Stuff like this isn't new, and many electronic devices can
Chat, what
pick
the
up
frick?
information of some kind. Still, to be
I think
safe, they brought Oliver downstairs. On the way down, Jessica noticed he was extremely distressed and sweating through his clothes, and when she glanced at the thermostat, the temperature had been cranked up to a dangerous 90 degrees. But before they could process what was happening, the voice came back. This time it was
chat.
coming through a different Nest camera downstairs in the living area, and it was speaking directly to them. The voice was cursing, hurling racial slurs, and taunting them in real time as it watched them through the live feed. When Arjun looked directly at the lens, the voice asked, "Why are you looking at me? I see you watching me." At that point, Arjun realized someone had hacked into their Nest account, which he used to control every camera, thermostat, and every inch of the security system he had spent thousands of dollars building to protect his family. Arjun's first instinct was to yell back at the camera, but he composed himself and started questioning the intruder through the two-way audio.
Yes, I'm here. I know you're here. Who are you?
He tried to extract information on the hacker's whereabouts, asking who they were and which country they were from.
Who is this? Are you just sitting at your computer there? Into my account? Where are you? Which country?
Which country?
The hacker went quiet without identifying himself or explaining why he had done any of it.
Yeah, who are you? Come on, be a man. Speak
Be
up.
a man. Be a man, better. You gotta be a man one day, better. 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 No, better. Come here now. Better.
The couple disconnected their interior camera in the house and called both the police and Nest customer support. Nest responded by putting the blame on Arjun. They told him the hack had happened because he had reused a password from another site that had been breached, and because he hadn't enabled two-factor authentication, a feature Arjun didn't even know existed. Now, technically, they did have a point. Reusing passwords is a real security risk, and two-factor authentication probably would have stopped this. But digging deeper into this, I found the Sood family weren't the only victims attacked through Nest devices. After researching similar incidents, a dozen more cases
I only thought that was a mask,
came
though.
up. For example, on the same day the Soods were dealing with their hacker, January 20, 2019, a family in Orinda, California had a fake ballistic missile attack warning come blasting through their Nest camera, telling them 3 nuclear missiles were heading for Los Angeles, Chicago, and Ohio.
It came on like the emergency sounds of an Amber Alert, say, and then a man's voice announced that North Korea had launched 3 intercontinental ballistic missiles toward the United States.
Their young son hid under the living room rug, thinking the country was under attack. And about a month earlier, on December 17, 2018, parents in Houston woke to the haunting sound of a stranger's voice coming from their 4-month-old's nursery, threatening to kidnap their son and ordering them to turn off the bedroom lights.
Turned that camera on and told us, said, turn off the light, and then said, I'm going to kidnap your baby, I'm in your baby's room.
In every single case, Nest responded by blaming the customers. So why did this keep happening? You see, Nest had quietly added two-factor authentication back in 2017 and barely told anyone. Arjun didn't even know the feature existed because Nest never told him. It took until May 2020, well over a year after all of this happened, for the company to finally make it mandatory, which feels like a quiet admission that leaving the security entirely up to the customer was never the right call. But for Arjun, the scariest part wasn't about how the hacker got in. It was how Nest cameras gave no real warning when someone else was watching the feed. A handful of them had a small blue light, but it only switched on when the intruder started talking. A hacker could watch and listen for hours, and the family would never know. The only reason the Suits knew they'd been compromised was because the hacker chose to speak. In the end, the hacker was never identified, and no arrest was ever made.
This is Arby's
Eso lo tiro. Ready?
chopped brisket. This is the juicy result of slow smoking
No.
meat for up to 13 hours. And this is you forgetting time exists and getting lost in the sauce.
Arby's, we have the meat.
We were pulling reports from Google Analytics and Facebook ads manually. I was even working weekends. Now, with Agency Analytics, everything just runs in one place. It saves me at least 5 hours each week. And finally, I walk into client meetings feeling prepared and ready to lead.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take off. Bye.
On the afternoon of April 23, 2020, Shauna Donnie received a phone call from her home security company, ADT. They had called to tell her that for the last 6 years, every dollar she had paid them to keep her family safe had done the exact opposite. Back in 2014, Shauna and her husband Randy were living with their young son in the suburbs of the Dallas-Fort Worth area and wanted the peace of mind to keep an eye on the house from anywhere. ADT's Pulse system, with indoor cameras, motion alerts, and a cell phone app, sounded like exactly what they were after. A few weeks after they placed the order, a technician from ADT showed up at their front door. He looked at the layout and mounted a wide-angle indoor camera that covered most of the ground floor, the family room, the entryway, the dining area, and the staircase. The lens also reached into the master bedroom and the corner of the bathroom. He walked Shauna through the app on her phone. Before he left, he told her he needed to add his own email to the account, only briefly to check if the connection was working. For the next 6 years, the system worked exactly the way it was supposed to, and the Donnies had no reason to think about that afternoon again, until they received that call from ADT on April 23, 2020. The employee calling told Shauna that the technician who had installed her camera back in 2014 had granted himself remote access to it on the installing day, and that access was never removed. He had been using it to view footage from inside the Donnies' home ever since. When Shauna asked what he had been seeing, the employee had no answers. They couldn't name him and wouldn't say how many times he had logged in.
7 hours is a long time, but we're talking 7 years. You don't know what to think. So you find yourself just trying to go back, like, okay, what were we doing during this time?
Unfortunately, the Donnies weren't the only family getting the ADT call. They were one of more than 200 plus. A few weeks earlier, another ADT customer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area was going through their Pulse account settings when they noticed an email attached to it that didn't belong to anyone in the house. Naturally, they called ADT to ask what it was doing there. When the company looked into it, they found that the same email was attached to 220 separate customer accounts across the metropolitan area. And every one of those systems had been installed or serviced by the same technician at some point. Which raised the obvious question: how does one technician end up signed into 220 homes? The answer was buried in ADT's own software. Technicians are allowed to temporarily attach their personal email to a customer's account during install. It's a diagnostic feature meant to verify the camera feed before they leave. So, every time he serviced or installed a system, he either gave the same diagnostic excuse or didn't bother explaining at all. But he never removed his email, so the Pulse app on his personal phone kept him signed in as a co-owner of these homes.
How dumb people are, yo. Like, what the frick makes you call another technician? Call the damn company. Like, what? Oh my days, gonna be mad.
So,
Booking.com has all kinds of stays because some want a house in the desert. Others do not.
What is Xenu? What is Tom Cruise? Where is Shelley?
Scientology
Scientology.
has come to an end.
Oh my God. There's so much that took place in this video. There's definitely, I can't say too much right now. It's just like everyone knows a lot about Scientology and what they are essentially. Also, I just want to say that everything that I voice in this video is opinionated and alleged. I don't want nobody coming after me. A lot of y'all already know that it's quote unquote a cult. There's a lot of stuff that they are essentially hiding inside. Why don't they let anybody in, even though they have signs outside that says to welcome and that everyone is allowed in, but yet they don't let anyone inside. There's videos that people have been trapped inside, jumping over fences, and now it's a trend on TikTok to speed run. It's crazy to think that I filmed this video roughly around like 4 months ago, and now the trend is to speed run, and that's something that we could have done. We could have done that. I wanted to take it a step above, not just speed run to see how far I can get into it, but to actually join and become a member. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Before we get too much into it, I actually we've done a speed run before in the Dallas location about 3 months ago, which is on my second channel. So if y'all want to see the full video of us doing a speed run at the Dallas location, make sure you go there and check it out because the video should be live at this point. I didn't want to just hit the Dallas location. I wanted to go big or go home. So we essentially go to the main building in Los Angeles, California is where this journey began, and we made our way out there. And this is where... Oh, you lost me on black. Oh my God. All right. Okay. So it's supposed to intermission. Oh, you can't see me. Can't see me. Okay. So, what? All right. All right. This wasn't supposed to go like this. Okay, we're back. This is where I'm essentially going to be playing a part in this video because a lot of things had to be recorded very, very discreetly. It was very difficult to actually record because I couldn't have my cameraman there. That's what y'all are going to see. It wasn't easy. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much. I want y'all to enjoy the video as it is. Let's head to Los Angeles. And that is exactly what we did. We fly out to LA, and I didn't want to just go to the building that everyone is rushing into and everyone is making videos about. We've seen it, but we also seen a bunch of other Scientology buildings as we was there. I wanted to hit the building that is their staple building, which is the blue building.
Why is there so many Scientology buildings?
That's what I was on the hunt for. And once we found it, it was game time. All right, guys, so we finally made it out here to LA to go to the LA Scientology. As we was driving by, there was some creepy shit going on. First of all, there was a kid that came running outside and he was crying. They got like security on bikes riding around. They approached another kid and was talking to them. Now I'm finna go Operation Incognito and try to sneak my way in while my cameraman sits outside because they're obviously not gonna let him in.
Bro, dream myself going into the Scientology building.
Are you ready, bro? Yeah, let's do this shit. And from where we are, you can see the building. That's what we're about to go into. Well, me, I guess. I guess you'll be outside safe. Yeah, whatever. Oh my God, bro. If I need help, you better say.
If we get kidnapped.
Now we're at the point where we are about to go into the building, and what I noticed that, and my cameraman can chime in on this, is the only time you're allowed to talk. Our mic never messes up. You can hear me from far. In this clip, we're literally just right across the street from each other, and there has never been an issue with us being at this distance. The closer we kept getting to the building, the more and more he could not hear me. And you'll see it in the next clip. Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna demonstrate to y'all how far I can stand within this building and still be able to hear us. Right now, this is the distance that we was from across the street. And obviously, y'all can still hear me. Now I'm gonna back up, and y'all are still going to be able to hear me. I'm gonna go to the end of this hall, and y'all are still going to be able to hear me. I'm roughly around 50 feet away. Y'all can still hear me. Let's say 75 feet away. Y'all can still hear me. I'll say this is about 100 feet away, and y'all can still hear me. Every time we got closer and closer to the building, it kept cutting out. There's something going on around the building that is causing our mic to just not work anymore.
Interesting. Magnet barrier.
So me and the cameraman have split up. I'm across the street just because they got people outside watching. So now we're about to go our separate ways. And I gotta go in Operation Incognito. We're gonna see how we can do this. You can still hear me? All right, make sure they don't radio tap us, nigga. And what's crazy is after I said that, all outside connection is cut. But despite all of that, I already knew my cameraman couldn't go in. I already knew that I would have to film. We can. He's recording outside the entire time. Anyways, now it's time to go inside. At this point, I'm about to go in. They are onto my cameraman. They are radioing, because security's outside. They're radioing and they're giving a description of my cameraman. And I just feel like I'm cooked. Alright guys, I'm cooked. They're already on the radio calling for me. But that wasn't the case and I made it inside. And now as I'm inside, they just making me fill out a whole bunch of information. And after that, they have me sit down and pretty much waiting to get a tour. But before I go on the tour, they give me this pamphlet, which is a map of the entire information center, pretty much describing everywhere that
Interesting.
has stuff. I have no idea. I didn't really pay attention. I didn't really walk around. But she's essentially asking me, what am I looking to get out of Scientology? And again, I have no idea.
That gives you the information about the tour. So why don't you take a seat right there and read that, and the host should be here in a second.
Thank you. So we're waiting on the tour.
Okay, so this space here, so this is our information center. And how it works, it's a self-guided tour, so you can go through at your own speed, watch any videos, read the panels, get any questions answered about what we do here, and also find out how it can assist you in life.
And now she's leading me to watch all these introductions of different videos. And when I tell you I was getting so bored in there, I had absolutely no idea what to do, but I just had to sit there and listen to the same videos over and over and over again. And at this point,
Wondering how I got here? Well, when you get a taste for something different, different is all you'll live for.
Trident. Try different.
Nah, bro, they're doing a background check on him.
Privacy display? We decide what's private. And what we share.
Cut the defense, guys.
Oh, I got you, bro.
at this point, I see my filmer. He's standing outside, and he's very, very close to me. So he should be able to hear everything I'm saying. So I'm trying to speak to him on the mic. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yo. But I realize he can't hear me, and I am absolutely alone in this. And now at this point, I'm walking around, and I'm
mission.
Employees are inside, and they're staring out the windows, looking at my filmer, and then they start shutting the blinds. And as I'm walking around, I stumble across this machine, and I'm very curious as to what this machine is. It's called See a Thought.
So what this is, it's called an e-meter. So it measures or registers thought or mental energy. So I'm gonna do what's called a pinch test. Is it okay if I do a light pinch on your arm?
What the hell is a pinch test? So now I'm just agreeing.
What?
With a random woman that I have absolutely no idea who she is and what she does. I agree for her to pinch me. And on top of that, I'm holding this machine, 2 silver metal pieces in my hands. I don't know what they're about to do. I feel like I'm about to get shot. I don't know what I'm agreeing to, but I'm here now. I gotta see it through.
Okay, so you felt that, right? Okay, you saw how it moved to go pinch there? So now what I want you to do is go ahead and remember the moment I pinched you. So that's physical pain that can be registered. But now as an example, why don't you think of a time in your life when you had a lot of stress?
Everything from this point on, anything that's coming out of my mouth is utter bullshit.
Can I ask what you thought of?
Thought about a time my grandmother. It was a sad time. I was really stressed.
Really ill or something?
We found out that she had herpes. At her age, it's not healthy. Yep, herpes. My grandmother has herpes. I don't know why I said that. But aside of that, there's a lot of stuff that I was saying and a lot of things that I had to do to make them believe
my
what
days.
was coming out of my mouth, to make them not suspicious of me being in here. I'm not going to bore y'all in this video and make y'all watch that, but I know I sound like one of these gurus, but what I did do is I went ahead and uploaded all of this uncut, the entire storyline on my Patreon. If you want to go check it out, it is on there. Yes, you do have to pay for it. If y'all want to watch it, it is on Patreon. I don't know where else I can upload something like this. If y'all want to see it, send a description. And then at this point, she's telling me about therapy, counseling, this, that, and the third. Again, I'm not going to bore y'all with all of that. And then she takes me over to talk about something else. And then after that, she sits me in a room, a dark room, and I'm watching a movie, which is about 30 minutes long.
I want to show you something. I'm going to show you the introduction to Dianetics, which is about the mind.
Interesting.
And it's about you on a personal level and what you can do to actually handle things that we hold on to.
I told her my granny got herpes. Fucking bullshit.
to tell you a magnificent story. The book is Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health by L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard had discovered a way to clear people of their reactive mind.
Remember when I hurt my leg? And they said I was going to lose it?
But this is Dianetics. That's the book. Sorry about that. That's the book you should get and start with.
Okay.
It's $25. Do you want to get it and come back? Because I really want to introduce you to this expert girl.
Yeah, I was going to say we can try to finish up.
What the frick? Hold up. That's a smart play. Let's like regrouping. How sad is that?
Sure. Either way, yeah. Okay, let's go here. Is it okay if I share a little bit about her, what we went over?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's been kind of looking for something, and his life has been rough. In the last, 15 years, he's, built... Awesome. How old are you?
32. Yeah, my life has been kind of crazy. Parents kicked me out when I was 15. The closest person to me, my grandmother, I just found out that she was diagnosed with herpes.
Back to you. What happened when you were 15?
My dad actually cheated on my mother with her cousin. It was being hidden from me for some time, and then once I started knowing the dynamics changing between them, I'm sorry.
You need a tissue?
Yes, please. My dad used to beat me when I was a kid, so he didn't want to live with me. And
Hold on, it's not funny. My dad used to beat me when I was a kid.
I have contact to her anymore. Originally from Wyoming. I hitchhiked from Wyoming to Texas. I did that for maybe 6 or 7 years.
Why Dallas?
Shopping
Is that Spanish in the background?
easy with Stitch Fix. Get outfits you love without any of the hassle. First, tell us your style sizes.
I was essentially trying to cross the border.
You're 32 years old. Do you have any kids?
I have 6.
6 kids?
I think 7 now, but I don't know if it's mine.
Oh, with the same woman? Or?
No. So now at this point in the video, I have no idea what's about to happen next. I done watched all of these movies, and I need time to debrief. I need to get out. I need to go meet up with my filmer, let him know everything, because he can't hear anything anymore. He doesn't know what's going on outside. I have no way of communicating with him. I'm recording on my phone. I can't text him. So I'm just like, yeah, I left my wallet in the car. I need to go to the car. So I'm just making up a whole bunch of BS about this and that. My granny got herpes. I got kicked out when I was 15. If y'all want to see all of it, it's on my Patreon. And it's not BS footage. Like, it is great footage. You will see how much I locked in. I didn't realize how deep in I was. I completely locked in. A part of me starting to believe what I'm saying is actually true, and she could not get a good read on me. And when I tell y'all I was locked in, yeah, your boy started shedding some tears. I had to make it look realistic, because there was a point where she asked me my date of birth, and I lied about my age. I said I was 32 years old. On the top of my head, I cannot think of my date of birth. I don't know the year. I had to make an excuse, and I tried to buy myself some time, and I was just like, what's the best thing I can do? Cry.
I look at you and you look like someone that's young, able to do a lot, but at the same time it's like blank,
yeah.
And I don't feel any feeling, and that's sad.
It's my eyes. You are my destiny, the only one I see. Chat. Any recommendations? We're just flipping. I need this because I'm this.